Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Victoria 2, where we are playing Siam. So, what we're doing now is we're forcing, or I would get falsifying a justification to attack Atieh, because we want their territory for ourselves, though we don't want it that much, so I'm gonna make them basically a vassal, a puppet. And then we're gonna go and try to take these guys by force, if possible. Now, I noticed that we can get another unit here, and what I'm gonna get is an artillery unit, a full artillery unit for our second Siam army. So, let's get that. With high artillery. And there's no more reason to encourage soldiers in Udon Thai, so let's I think it's Shan, right? Soldiers 3.9. Yeah, there's really no need to do it in any way. So instead, let's get Siamese South Borneo. Thinking we might want to increase. You know what, we're gonna work on these and try to encourage conservative moods in our biggest provinces, because to be quite honest, eventually we will have to go with the voting, and when we start voting, I really want to have the conservatives in the power. I don't want to get a communist revolution or something. Well, that was quick. Rifled barrels. Rifling is the process of making helical grooves in the barrel of a gun of firearms, which improves the spin of a projectile around its long axis, which imparts a spin. Okay, that didn't make sense. The spin serves to gyroscopically stabilize the projectile, improving the aerodynamical stability and accuracy. Artillery. Oh, okay, so that's from the artillery, but it's still very useful because it now has an attack of 1.3 as opposed to what it had before, which was just 1. So good. And yeah, no draft. That increases the attraction, and we'll have to start with the voting. Why is there no desire for any? No population wants this. Really? People's ideologies. Conservatives. I really hate the communists, so I don't want them to be part of my government at all. Okay, war justification is going well. Let's hope we're not gonna be found out. And I think we can. Good military leadership. Okay. I think we can lower the taxes for middle class and upper class now safely, and maybe even for the poor. No, that's gonna put us back in the debt eventually, but I'm gonna go next with the central bank money printing. No, let's go with market structure and organized factories once we're done with the clean coal. Okay, we get machine tools. Iron machine parts factory is now allowed. By constructing special machines that produce standardized machine tools, the exchangeability in industry was vastly improved. Why is there a French army walking here? That's weird. Okay, and we're gonna start the voting process, so people will be able to vote. Goody gun drops. Now it's gonna get crazy. We want the cheap iron and maybe even the cheap steel. We'll see how that's gonna impact us, but yeah, these are so cheap, all of them. Let's get everything in the second row before we move anywhere else. Okay, so we were found out, but not very soon, so the infamy is there, but not a big deal. Okay, no army can be built now. But yeah, we have a decent 35 raiding there. Paraguayan Tall. How's the population? Oh my god, look at how they're dropping to 16.66. Yeah, Great Britain too. Russia, I'm not sure about. Austria-Hungary. I think this is around the range where Austria-Hungary started. Prussia, same. Oh hey, Scandinavia has been formed. Oh, I never saw that before. Awesome. Nice. Will they go and try to take Russia back? Maybe, because they have the cores on Finland. They didn't give it up yet. So, oh my god, there's another war here. Taiping Rebellion, Boer War, Second Boer War, Third Boer War, and War of the Western Malay Concession. Japanese Civil War between Satsuma and Japan, and Scandinavian Restoration of Order to Icelandic. So they want Iceland? Yeah, at war with Scandinavia. Okay. The Qing Empire is still at war here, but the Boers... Okay, they're fighting here. Prussia. Oh, that's... This entire area is just... I like it. I can't say I don't like it. But, yeah, it's weird. So we have been found out. That's one important thing. Major discovery. Practical artillery experience. Artillery production Q plus 2% and explosive production output plus 2%. You see, the end of the barrel goes towards them, not us. And what is this? Colonial archaeology. An archaeological excavation in one of our colonies has yielded fantastic results in the form of several artifacts, tentatively dated to the late Paleolithic. The discovery promises to give us new insights in the ancient life and developments in the area, and the Siamese National Archaeological Society is hailing the discoveries as a great breakthrough for Siamese archaeology. The artifacts obviously need to be put in a museum, but where should we put them? The Archaeological Society strongly argues in favor of the Bangkok Museum of History, while others have hinted that it might be better to just put them in a local museum. Just display them somewhere locally. Or this will teach the future generations about the common heritage of mankind. Okay, Bangkok it is. It just occurred to me, do we have a... Oh, we do have a colony. I had no idea. I thought this was a full-fledged province. Okay, so we should encourage bureaucrats in here. Okay, so we do have a colony. Hermeneutics. Research points plus 15%. Oh, we're just rocking it now. Hermeneutics is either a side branch or an evolution of phenomenology and stands for an interpretionist's view of reality, but its belonging is more clearer associated with idealism than realism. I'm starting to lose myself in all this. Okay, so Queen Coal is done. Let's get association. It's cheap. You guys can move to Siak. Indigenous garrisoning. The advent of advanced weaponry, firepower far greater than that possessed by the most uncivilized people, has made it possible for small but well-armed garrisons to maintain order in colonial holdings, even with a native population in excess of 1,000 to 1. Lowers the minimum life rating. Okay, we can get another artillery, which means I'm gonna disband these two mobile artilleries. And then we are instead gonna get... okay, when the game catches on, we are instead gonna get 2 infantry units. Wait, what? Oh yeah, we're working on the tank artillery, I was afraid. And we're gonna put them into Pontiac as a Pontiac local garrison. Yeah, it's going well, guys. It's going well. The encouraging bureaucrats is working too, so we're gonna soon turn it into a full-fledged province. Limited constitutionalism. The political reforms enacted in the past few years have led to a situation where the absolutism of our monarchy can now legitimately be called into question. No longer is the king free to dictate the course of the nation to his own musings, but instead has to accept several constitutional hems and restrictions of his exercise of power. For these reasons, our government form is no longer most accurately described as absolute monarchy. Good. And our first elections have started. We really need the Conservatives to win this. Coal production throughput plus 25%. Good. More justification rocks on. So what do we want? Let's go with secularized. Order election. Nice. The Sami election is underway and so far has proceeded smoothly. Debates are being carried out in a usual manner and there are no reports of violence in Bangkok or elsewhere. Supporters of the ruling regime has turned out in force and have the hopefuls seeking to defeat the current government. Well, good for them. I don't want the exhibition or anything. Okay, I'm on. I think I lost the control over the economy a long time ago. Should have focused on different things, but let the economy run its course. And what is this? Evil at the altar. Wow. A dark and terrible secret has been brooding among the clergy in Patani. Whispers in dark corners speak of the ranged priest molesting young children. This pedophile has gone unchecked for quite some time now, while the rest of the clergy maintain their disbelief. Now he is being shuffled about, moved from one parish to another in order to cover up the story and secure the church's reputation. Rumors of his existence are spreading throughout the populace, and the church is begging us to let them handle the matter. They claim that a public hearing would cause their flock to lose faith. This is a great evil, but the faithful must not fall into unholy disbelief. No, if the church will not provide justice, the state gallows will. Yes. To gallows with him. National debate, war policy. Patriots and pacifists are fighting in the townhouse, using words to hurt and kill their enemies. A long since dead and buried dispute between Siam and his neighbors have once again shown its ugly head. Patriots wish to invade the country while pacifists believe that there are other ways to resolve the dispute. We are patriots and we are going to fight for our country. Yes. National debate, religious policy. Oh my god. The morality and virtue of our people have started to decline. The statement caused much stir among the debaters of toleration and religious plurality. They have started to question the country's view on religion. There are no gods. Oh my god, I'm gonna get a revolt by the end of this. The intensive election campaign has reached the boiling point in Siam, where a fierce trade policy debate pits the friends of free trade against the powers of protectionism in a rough numble and tumble to determine the future of our nation's traders. Free traders argue that goods must be allowed to freely cross all borders, while protectionists argue that our nation's fragile industries need protection from dangerous foreign competition threatening to undo them. Which path will Siam thread as it decides on? Free trade or protectionism? Let's go with... Let's have the debate as it is. Okay, the infantry will go to Queen Hon. Okay, the factory in Annam is finished. Okay, we increased greatly these factories, so there's enough population here. There's a fish cannery here that we built. There's a lot of things. What is this? Cigarette factory. Oh yeah. Okay, our industry is not doing all that well. Righteous religious fury. Some of the faithful in Laos feel that the state has failed in giving them the recognition for their hard work since the last election. For years, they argue, they have assisted the local community in many ways, caring for the sick, taking care of the orphans, and helping the needy. They feel that they deserve some form of support so they can continue to help people, and the issue has become a topic of much discussion in the local election campaign. Religion is a private matter. Charity is good, but no. Interesting. Maybe we could do something to help. All pops and laws, we will help you. I think let's go with religion as a private matter. It's a bit dicky move. I like charity and everything, but religion usually hides this under the veil of, actually promoting the religion, so I do not agree with that. Major technology researched, and we finished the associationism. I think I'm butchering the name, but you guys know me. Let's now go with market structure. That will help with the education efficiency, which is sort of okay now. Hey, and no, wait, this is the artillery. Damn. Okay, we'll have to transfer the armies there and back. There's something rotten in core. Or chore. A dark and terrible secret has been brooding among the Koji in Andaman. Oh yeah, it's the same one. If the church will not provide justice, the gallows will. Okay, now we have the casus belli ready against Atiek. So, I don't think their army can stand a chance, even against the Siamese army. So we won't provide any assistance. Let's ask for help. And we're gonna give our military the proper support. I'm gonna increase the taxes for a bit. Especially on the rage. And we're gonna go. We need to actually find our army and defeat it immediately. National debate, war policy. We are patriots. We already had that one. Okay, so here's the 2nd Infantry. Again, go to Quing Nhon, where the ships will pick you up. Actually, we can go to Pontiac. Export and import. New foreign products have begun to compete with several items of Siamese Siak produce, and some citizens report increasing difficulties in competing with imported goods on the market. The issue has been raised by local politicians in debates for the upcoming election. Free trade ensures our long-term competitive edge. Yeah, let's go with that. Everyone is for free trade, so that's good. Oh my god, were these guys... oh yeah, they were in alliance with them. That's interesting. I did not know that. We are after their main army, so let's see if we can chase it. Oh, here they are. That was easy. So who is commanding these? Piasovo Soavahabva. Oh, okay. What is this? Voting in new citizens. Immigration has become a major issue in local Ayutthaya elections, as liberals argue the need to extend the voting franchise to all members of our society, including immigrants. Others, perhaps afraid to see old privileges dislodged, are not as convinced. As the election draws near, debate rages in Ayutthaya. Okay, I'm happy that the party popularity of the royal faction is increasing. All pops... What is this? We must constantly strive to extend freedom. Full citizenship with only minor qualification is the way forward. We essentially endorse full citizenship. Let's endorse full citizenship. We're having kind of a good ratio already. Okay, so their army has been destroyed, and we can go and defeat this last army, and then we'll be free to siege them. Okay, you guys put these ships, and it will take you to here. You will be put to 2nd Siam army. I'm really hoping if another great war breaks out soon, that would be great, by the way. I would join and attack Siam immediately. What's our relation with them? 48. No, can we justify a war? Acquire state 11. It's kind of hard to do against so many people. Bread queues. Just want some bread. I've been standing here for hours now. I don't think they have any bread. The queues can be seen snaking their way for blocks and blocks again. The government-controlled food supplies have been having trouble coming into one of our provinces on account of inefficiencies and bureaucratic staleness in the transport and logistics department. It's very clear that the locals expect us and the central government to act and do something about it. They insist that there is no problem. Blame the bureaucrats or some wow, 50,000. No, blame the bureaucrats. It's their fault anyway. Fucking bureaucrats, man. A war hero speaks out. A decorated and old high-ranking officer in Isan has started to complain in public reading his perceived lack of proper arms and supplies allocated to the military. What? He mingles his complaint with reminiscence of national glory and personal valor on far-away battlefields. His voice carries great weight in both the military and general public. If you let him continue, the state will undoubtedly become more jingoistic. Force him into an early retirement. Counter him with anti-war campaign. Help him to help the military. Or is there another thing we need? More guns. Help him help the military. Okay, so how is the battle progressing? Very well. Despite screwing this one up, we have a large advantage in both numbers and everything else. So let's split you in half. What is this? Major discovery. Nitrate extraction process. Sulfur production throughput plus 10%. And analytic philosophy. This was originally a disparate movement of philosophers who wanted to free logics and the foundation of mathematics from elder, defunct, and inconsistent theses. It later developed into trying to bridge language and formal logics and thus create an objective realist ground for reality. This took a side path into logical positivism. However, the objectivist position crashed as one of its early proteges, Ludwig Wittgenstein, took a 90% degree turn and tried to refute its own earlier position. Well, okay. Doesn't matter for us. We're going to siege.